following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut, man. How you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm here with Darrell Martin here on TFNN.com. You can watch us directly right there at Tiger TV. See the charts and the screens with live trader commentary each and every day throughout the day. In addition, check us out live inside the eSignal platform or listen to us on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi. All right, well, let's check out where the markets are at right now. We got the indices are moving on up. S&P's positive up 13.5 points. We got the Russell up 6.7, Nasdaq's up 48, and the Dow's up 145. Copper is slightly negative, so going way down there, down 3% on the day. Copper, like I said, down 3%, with gold up a mere few points on the day. Silver is flying as well, up over 3.5%. Some big moves in our metals markets. Corn, after that massive move yesterday on the ags reports, let's see, corn right now is down 10 points. Soybeans is down 5. And so still getting some good moves, but big moves there, right there in corn. Pound dollar is currently down 11 pips. The euro dollar is down 49 pips. The euro pound is down 32. Dollar for currently up 44 pips. We got the dollar yen over in our FX markets here down 36. Euro yen moving big, down 99 pips on the day. Aussie yen is currently down 28. Aussie dollar up 5. And let's see here. We got the bonds markets are slightly negative. The dollar index, King Dollar, deciding to push up a little bit on the day. Oil is down 64 cents on the day, and pound yen down 68 cents. Get your lunchtime market wrap and review there. Looking on over, we got some big moves. We got the euro yen is moving on down to doing some of the headlines of the day. Euro yen moving down to its October lows and going on down there. And let's see here, what else do we got? We got Bitcoin plunging. So the key technical levels. So, I don't really track Bitcoin that much myself. I know some do, but it's dropping on down. It's like literally way down, dropping below 225 after breaking a key level, and just went down, 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 bam, flying on down there, just plunging down. Don't forget, if you are into Bitcoin, then you can have access to trading it in a little simpler way over on the Nadex platform. And so you may want to check that out if you're a Bitcoin trader, because they have access to the Bitcoin binary contracts. And with the volatility on Bitcoin, there could be some possibilities there. It's a little bit harder to chart. I mean, you got to check out some of the different exchanges. Terra Exchange is what the index is based on Nadex, and it's an institutional Bitcoin index, so you're probably not going to have access to the Terra Exchange itself. They develop an index based on multiple exchanges, so that way the price cannot be easily manipulated. That's why it's used as a settlement index. And but anyway, so just in case you didn't know, that they launched those out last, I want to say last month, either November or December last year there. So we got corporate earnings season is kicking off. So if you haven't got that stuff up on your calendar ready to go, understand we got corporate earnings season is in gear and starting to launch out. We're going to be getting some nice moves, hopefully, on the markets just based on that alone, and can bring in volatility in the mornings, in the evenings, because they come out at all different times of day. We'll go over some of those important earnings releases that are coming out here in just a little bit, but don't forget earnings season is here, so make sure you do check those important earnings announcements that have heavy impacts if you're trading indices, whether you're trading futures, ETFs, options, binaries, spreads, any of the above, you do want to be aware of the earnings that are coming out. Let me see here what we got on the calendar for today. We had job openings, not too many earnings yet up, but they are coming. So lots of earnings releases right around the corner. We do have some tomorrow in the morning. Let's see here. We got JP Morgan Chase. So kicking off earnings season here for us. And that'll come out, usually comes out around 7:10 in the morning, the wire. So that is the scheduled release time right now. It's like we got on the clock. So for tomorrow, JP Morgan coming out first thing in the morning, be sort of a pre-look into everything and may give the markets a little bit of a mood. So just be aware of it. And that'll impact the Dow more heavily than anything there. But just overall, the financial sector. Okay. Let's see here. Going in, looking at what else is going on. The stocks, the market has rallied after those big drops that it had. This is actually pretty common. Right before earnings, what comes in, mutual fund managers, as long as they perform right about where the market's performing, is okay. But if the market rallies and they miss out, that is not good. Market goes down, mutual fund goes down, mutual fund manager gets to keep his job. Isn't that nice, right? But if the market goes up and the mutual fund doesn't go up, usually that mutual fund manager doesn't get to keep his job so easily. So they load up on those stocks right into earnings. Okay. So just be aware that we often see this rally coming in, going into when the earnings season starts kicking off, and we're going to get a lot more earnings next week. So we're going to have, let's see here, we got Johnson & Johnson coming out, we have IBM coming out, we got United Technologies, Verizon, General Electric, McDonald's, Google, Visa. These are just in the next couple weeks here. Let's see, Chevron, Amazon, Qualcomm, Facebook, Boeing, Comcast, Procter & Gamble, Pfizer, AT&T, Apple, Microsoft. So we got a whole list of big name companies that are going to be moving the indices coming out, and those funds don't want to miss out on those big moves. Let's see here. So that basically just gives you just an idea, something you need to be aware of every time that the earnings season comes around each quarter. Expect like a couple days right before that earnings season starts to kick off there to see a pop in the market. Okay. And doesn't mean you trade it directly as that, but don't be surprised if it has that, and you may even go in with a little bit of a bullish bias in that sense of expecting the mutual fund managers to start loading up to be in those. And sometimes you'll see a drop off before it and then a pop. So, but usually, overall, we do actually get to see that nice big pop up in the market on it. Let's see here what else we have. I'm trying to go through a few more things for you. But, we've seen, just move up, and hopefully we'll see a continued rise. We had that decline, and then things are moving on up today for us. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them to keep going as long as, obviously earnings come out positively. Retail stores, that's going to be the big thing. How well did they do? How well did retail sales do? That'll, of course, affect retail sales, will affect electronics, et cetera, the things that are impacted by that. And, okay, let's see. What else do we have? I can stop and talk to you, man. I don't know what you want me to do. Stock market update. Home builders slip coming on out. We got the European stocks face a declining QE moment tomorrow and finish with decent gains today. So let's see. They're moving on up with their. They have that big QE moment coming out. Let's pull that article up. We'll talk about that a little bit over here on Forex Live as well. And it's a good article. But basically talking about stocks finishing positive on the day, just coming out. FTSE closing up. They see a CFO, Germany closing up. Italy, Spain, all positive. European bond yields flat in Spain, Italy, Germany, Portugal gaining. Greece falling, but that's no surprise. And they're just a reminder that we're getting an announcement from the EU Court of Justice on the ECB OMT program tomorrow morning around 8:30. So that is likely to be a big risk event. So just want to be aware of that one. So it's a good one to stick on your calendar right there. Okay. 8:30 a.m. GMT. But we will want to have that on our news calendar for tomorrow. Okay. Let's see here. Would be 3:30. So 8:30 would be 3:30 Eastern time. Okay. But anyway, so the announcement from the EU Court of Justice is going to go in. They're going to talk about the QE, trying to clear obstacles, holding back, the QE decisions that they can make, the legalities of sovereign bonds in Europe, indebting other countries, et cetera, et cetera. So with all that in mind, just, be aware of that announcement. I guess got sort of an odd time for it to come out, but 2:30, let's see if that's right. Oh, wait a minute. Well, 8:30... Oh, 3:30 a.m. I'm like 8:30. That didn't make sense that we have a 3:30 p.m. announcement from Europe. 3:30 a.m. is when we're looking for that announcement to come on out. Okay, so 3:30 a.m. is when the announcement's coming out. Just be aware if you're holding positions overnight, how that could impact you. If you're doing anything else, like let's say you're doing iron butterflies, iron condors, things of that sort. That's an announcement that could impact you that you'd want to have on your list. Okay. Let's see here. All right, well, let me hold on because a radio operator wants me to do something and I don't know what it is. Okay. Okay, so trying to get back on track on the show. Oil is near a 6-year low. Brent U.S. crude oil briefly reaching parity. So basically on par, same price as crude oil. So there's the massive move there, bringing those back down on the spread between Brent and WTI coming on together. So on the prices, usually there is a pretty decent gap, a spread between the two of them. Let's see here. We did get a 6-year low on the Brent on crude, but like I said, the parity thing going on. Investors going on gold and short on copper. And, not just gold, but silver. I mean, they're piling in on silver as well. We see gold up a couple points. We see silver up, 0.581. That's a 3.5% move. Copper down 3%. So, like I said, it's some massive, massive moves right there over in our metals markets that you'll want to, keep your eye on and be aware of where the action's happening. Gold's back. Gold's going up, man. It's been bouncing. It's doing pretty good. But, silver's got, it's just outpowering the thing. And copper, we'll talk about how you can trade copper when we get back in a little bit less scary way, because it's a fun but scary thing to ride. I'll tell you how to reduce that risk a little bit. Be back right after this break.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, the Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rose, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Folks, let's go back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. It's had a nice move during the break there. Markets lighting up red across the board. And, FX and indices both getting some nice big moves. So great for you 5 and 20-minute binary traders out there. Futures traders doing some scalps, pulling on down. Looks like they're still pushing down. We'll see if they build some cause or if they just bounce right off of it. But, yeah, you got to love the movement. And I'm just waiting to see if we can get another oomph in there or if that was it. So right here about this time. But so far, I'm still seeing some, some ticking volume off and on. It's slowed down. The volume is definitely slowed down from where it was. So, all right. So that catches us up overall on those markets right there. And now let me go ahead and pull up the crop reports. Over here, let's see. What's the matter? Oh, and all right. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the news trades for yesterday, today, and what's coming up this week. One of the big things was the the crop reports coming out, and so I'll put that up here on the screen for you. There you go. So on the way to end reports on crops, obviously massive impact there on cotton and soybeans and everything else. I'll go ahead and show those reports to you. Just waiting on them to actually show up on the screen on your side so you can see them. And show you where to get access to those reports. Let's see, they're not showing up quite yet. Let's see here. 1 second, I don't know why. All right, well, it's USDA.gov/OCE/commodity/waste. All right, there it goes. Okay, it's showing now. Awesome. I don't know why it wasn't showing. All right. Anyway, so pulling this up for you, looking at it. This is where you can find the reports over here on the USDA website. Okay, and this is, it gives you the date so you can know when they're going to happen in advance. Okay, at noon, right there. So at noon Eastern time, January 12th, February 10th, March 10th, April 9th. If you're trading soybeans, you're trading corn, you're trading wheat, you're trading sugar, things like that, you'll want to know the ag supply and demand. Now, whether or not you're all into the report, this may be you want to know the day that you want to avoid trading ags. Man, there it goes again. We got another leg coming down on the indices, by the way. Anyway, so you want to know when those reports are coming out, see the massive impact on those reports, and that's where you get it, USDA. So just know the schedule, know when it's coming up. And then you also have not just that report, but also going on in, then we get, there's also the agricultural statistics reports, but there's the annual report. And this is really the big one that you want to be aware of. And so you want to have this one on your calendar each year, okay? So, and I did set for January 1st. Go check over on the USDA's website. Find out, they listed over on Cornell. They put all the statistics for you. But find out when that report's going to be, because that's usually the big ag move day, okay? And so let's take a look at some of those ag moves. And I'll pull up corn and soybeans. We'll look at them from yesterday on the release. But that report only comes out once a year. So I was trading soybeans and corn yesterday. It went rather well. And but I was trading them over on Nadex, because it can get a little scary to trade things like copper. I was talking about that earlier. Soybeans, corn, especially corn and the copper. I mean, they can pop around and just kick you around by a tick or two. So to me, it's almost not even worth trading them on, as much as I love trading them on futures, but futures by themselves, not so much. Because it's amazing how you can see it move like 10 ticks, like boom, boom, in a heartbeat. It's like they're just like, let's see if there's any stops and then go back up here. And you can really just get hammered on them. And so I like using like the spreads or the binary contract to place, my trades whenever I'm trading on these. Or if I'm going to trade the futures, I'll use the spreads as basically put, like, I'll sell a lower spread that's the same essence, literally the same formula it's using a Black-Scholes model as buying a put. So, but you can go in there and you can ratio them out and everything else, but you can actually just go and get a hedge on your futures contract by using the spreads. We'll pull up those ag reports when we get back from this break, and we'll be all set and keep going. All right, stay right there.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
How would you feel if you had a powerful decision-making tool that has the ability to find high-probability trading opportunities across multiple time frames in equities, currencies, and futures? Search no more. Take advantage of the best trade with the TAS Profile Scanner. Trade with confidence and clarity while using the software that thousands of institutional traders rely on to help them make the best and most accurate decisions. Scan over 1,000 equities, currencies, and futures instruments for high-probability trading setups utilizing the TAS architecture. As seen on Bloomberg terminals worldwide, the TAS Profile Scanner is a benchmark technical filtering system that thousands of traders rely on, and now you can too. For a limited time, for TFNN subscribers only, we've reduced the price to just $97. That's over 75% off. Subscribers will also gain access to the December 9th workshop with John Logan. There's no obligation to pay anything. Get your 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner today by signing up at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And just looking through a few different markets with you. We're going through, I was just talking about how you have the ability to go in and look at the the commodities and like corn, soybeans, stuff like that, and be able to check those contracts out. And you can trade them over there. And I was gonna pull up one of my charts on here and just go over it with you. And but corn and soybeans are having a little bit of issue. I'll just go ahead and open them over here. In 1 second, we'll bring it up. If I can make this thing maximize. There we go. All right. So just looking at corn really yesterday is what I wanted to go through. Bring that on up there. And you can see the massive volatility that happens when this release comes out. Right here. And let's see what kind of movement we get there. We got to move from 380, well, basically we'll just round it, make it 390 on up to 407. So 27-point move. Flies up, comes back down. But I mean, it was up, down, up. So I mean, you could have went in with a variety of strategies. I'm usually hopping in directional. It pops up, pulls back down. Often I'll see it pull back up. I can go in, I can grab some of that on the way back there. We're seeing it pull back down really hard today. Come back, actually breaking the low of yesterday, previous ag report. And but it's just knowing when that report's coming up, because I don't care if you're long or short. if you're trading futures, unless you're insane, you got to stop, and it got hit. So that's why I like trading something that I don't have to worry about a stop on whenever I'm going to go in and trade on these ag reports. We can go over here and look at soybeans as well. And you just find those massive moves right there. So, right up there up to 1061 down to 1026. So, about 40 points of movement just up, down, and that's literally in just a matter of less than 5 minutes that movement took place. And on this one, the market didn't even give us a chance to pull back and get back in. Just flew down, went straight down, and continued on down today on the ags right there. But soybeans, fun to trade. Corn, a little difficult to trade futures on unless you're hedging or you're trading longer term on those ag markets. And then, but as far as day trading corn, it's pretty tough. Just, you'll know if you try it. And, copper can also be the same way. And these moves, as small as they look, are not small. So if we'll zoom out a little bit, make it look a little bit bigger. But a lot of these moves, they are actually happening, of course, in the evenings from some of the European announcements. Let's go ahead and let's look at that. Let's turn that on. And let's see, where is that setting? Under settings, there we go. And then we go to futures. We can say show extended session and highlight it. Okay. And now we'll be able to see the nighttime movement as well. And we can see we got, of course, a lot of that copper movement happening early in the evening on copper. It's already closed back down again in the pits. Pits have a pretty short session overall. But lots of, copper starting off early, get some big moves right in there. But again, those contracts are available to trade on Nadex on copper actually pretty early. Corn and soybeans, you have to wait until they open on up. But copper does start at 6, and then, of course, at 8, it starts having contracts every, 2 hours as well. But anyways, if you want to trade those markets, or if you have traded those markets and you're looking for a way to hedge your trades, protect your trades, that is a way to do it. To give you an update real quick, there's just been some massive movement. We've been talking about that. I was talking about, hey, they're still going, and I'm still seeing negative volume coming in. We got S&P is down 2 points now. Everything's starting off positive earlier in the day. Russell's down 2. Nasdaq's down 4 or up 14 only now. Dow's only up 12 now. So, and I've been watching the FX charts just drop. So, really interesting. So it's just any kind of announcements and things. I'm sure there's something headlining somewhere, but once you find it, it doesn't matter. The move's already happened, right? So we had an auction result. The auction results came out. So unless those came out worse than expected, but let's see how they come out. U.S. Treasury auction results. Have to go in and dive into that. Just be curious if maybe they expected more on it. People put up 54. They bought 21 billion. And the rates, the high yield on the rate was 1.93. So interest rate ranging from 2 to 0.25%. And that's what came out 35 minutes ago when a lot of this action started up. So that could have something to do with it. And again, that's that's one of the things about news. Like it's cool to go back and look and go, hey, that's what impacted that. But you're not like, when there is news that you can be aware of, know about it. And we knew the 10-year bond auction was coming out at 101, and the results will be coming out at that time. But things like that. There's only so much you can know. The big thing is you got to follow the charts. You got to have your risk management in check. And as we see all these indices flying, then you watch the volume, you watch the trend, you go with the chart. Don't try to. And what I'm trying to say is, be aware of the news. You can make a plan to trade the news. And if you're doing that, you want to have your risk management in check. No matter what, be aware of it, so that way it doesn't get you caught off guard. But don't try to figure out why every move's happening when it's happening. Like, you can always go back and look at, hey, what happened? What can I learn from that at the end of the day? What was unique about today that I might be able to actually use tomorrow? But don't get so caught up in it that you're like, okay, I got to learn every news report before it happens. I got to see what's happening. It's like, no, you need to follow the chart. We got movement on oil right now. I see negative volume on Russell right now. So lots of good movements going on. Oil down now 90 cents, down 2% on the day. All right, so coming back on over, trying to get through some of those ag reports. We basically covered that. I mean, when the ag reports come out, I showed you where to get them over on the USDA's website. Of course, I'll cover them in future shows as well for you. But one of those things, always get that annual report on there. Big moves. I mean, if you can get an incredible amount of premium, you can do neutral trades because a lot of times they'll pop up and come back. If it's not too expensive, you can do straddles, you can do strangles, you can even trade it directionally. Like it pops up, comes back, and then a lot of times I'll see it retrace, like I showed you on corn there. So you got strangles, you got straddles, you got iron condors, you got iron butterflies. And then you got directional. Directional is pretty easy: buy or sell. What's a strangle? A strangle on a binary is where you buy a binary above and sell a binary below. So if it goes far enough up or down, you actually could profit on the trade. But what's a straddle? It's where you buy a spread, sort of like buying a call and, buying a put, or selling a spread would be the same as buying a put. So as long as it moves far enough up or down, then you can profit on the trade. And let's see here. Then we got, what about neutral trades? Well, neutral trades would be like an iron condor or an iron butterfly. Iron condor is where you buy the lower spread, you sell the upper spread. And so, looking at that, corn chart or soybean chart, if I bring that back up for you, you see all that movement, depending upon, how you decided to trade it. So you got natural gas over there, bring this one, although we got copper up. But, there we go. So get this massive move. Well, if you're doing a straddle and you bought a contract up here, let's say at 1060 and sold one down here at 1030, and it flew down, then you could be profitable on the trade. And if you bought a binary above, sold a binary below, or bought a spread above, sold a spread below, again, that's directional. Neutral would be you want to stay in it. So like in this instance, probably wouldn't have worked as well on neutral because the thing kept going. Now the binary would have, hit you a little bit more. The spread would have had probably a minor loss on it based on your premium that you had in the trade. Corn though, I mean, it flew up, flew down. What's going to happen is over. If you would have had, say, an 11 o'clock contract, if that came out with our 12 o'clock coming, then let's say you went under 1 o'clock. So we go over here, go to 12 Central. You would have finished you may have finished inside the range if there was enough premium. So if it finished right in there, and it's always, people are like, which one do I do? Which one's the best one? Well, what's the price like? It's like trying to tell, like, is the pitcher going to throw a fastball or curveball? I have no idea. I got to see what the ball is coming at me and then just be ready to swing. So you have to look at what the contracts are, what the pricing is, and then at that point, make the determination, is a straddle better, a strangle better, iron butterfly better, iron condor better, or sit out on it, or go directional on it, or hedge a future or forward contract directionally, but use the spread to help hedge it out. So there's multiple ways you can play, just what's coming at you, what's available when it comes up, okay? So speaking of strangles, we talked about these quite a bit on the 20-minute contracts, and I love trading the strangles on the 20-minute contracts if the price is right. If I can get about a $15 buy and a $85 sell, about 30 bucks, and I have volume exceeding expectations, and that's a big piece for me, okay? I really want that volume exceeding expectations. If I can get that combination, then I'm a big fan of doing the strangles over on the 20-minute contracts, because a lot of times what you'll see is, if you do them over the course of an hour, sometimes it just takes too long. They move up, they move back down, they're more expensive. So I can find that I have a little better probability of getting them a little bit cheaper by doing this. And I'll just go in and look at 20-minute ranges on a chart. And I'll look at the 20-minute expectations of movement and then expectations of volume and see where we are on that. And I'll have to pull one of those up. Maybe we'll do that on Thursday's show. We'll dive a little bit into the 20-minute contracts for you in more detail. But if volume's exceeding expectations, then it'll probably move further than it normally moves. And if the pricing is not built in, because it's, again, volume exceeding expectations, then a lot of times that price is not built in. That's where you get your edge. That's where you get that cheap strangle, and that's where you can hop in and look at a potentially good trade setup. And the volume's not exceeding expectations. A lot of times that's where you can look at butterflies. If maybe there's more volume, like in the morning, you don't have any volume. Like I say, it's just a low, which is rare. But let's say in the morning hours, volume is way under expectations. Well, obviously they expect a lot of movement, so the binaries can be overpriced, and that's where you can pull off a neutral trade. In the afternoon, they don't expect movement, but volume is exceeding expectations. binaries are underpriced, that's where you take advantage of the strangles. So we can go into that even in more detail. You can even do the same thing, strangles on earnings, maybe go in and do a strangle on Nasdaq before the Google earnings report, because the report comes out at like 3:01 and what is it? 4 Eastern time, 4 p.m. in like 1 second. Usually they release it within that in like a minute, and we have till 4:15. Even though the press conference is not till later, the wire release comes out then. So that can make a large move happen on Nasdaq. Again, you straddle strangle it. If the IV is just through the roof, you could check out potentially, doing butterflies if you're getting enough to make it worth it. But implied volatility will make things a lot more expensive. And so if it's really expensive, they have to be really wide. And so that's where you got to make that choice. Which way do you want to go on that? If the price is good for you and you like it, then I'm going to walk through as that comes up here in the coming weeks. I'll walk through the Google trade with you. It's just a good example. But you can't really rely upon people and forecasts made by the news. That's why we like to go both directions on trades or go neutral on trades. Looking at the news calendar, making sure we get you caught up on that. Don't leave you hanging there. I want to make sure you have those ready for you. We talked about the ag reports a little bit, but going into a couple other ones, just pulling up the news calendar for you over here and talking to you about a few expectations here over the next couple days for you to be looking at in between shows. And there we go. Okay, so today is the 13th. We had our JOLTS and bond auction. We had our weekly weather crop bulletin coming out later after that. Comes out pretty much almost every day. We have Euro industrial production coming up tonight. So that is the trade on the list for tonight. The report's going to come out at 5 a.m. We're going to be looking at 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Okay, so you're getting at 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration. We're going to see if we can pull off an iron condor that's buying the lower spread and selling the upper spread on Nadex, North American Derivative Exchange, up in Chicago there. You can click on the Nadex banner on the right side of the TFNN homepage, and this little Nadex banner, you click on that, and you can get a demo account set up and start these things out. But your industrial production report coming out at 5 a.m. usually stays within less than a 35 pip range of movement. If we can get at least 35 pips on the trade, then that sets us up for a high probability iron condor trade. Typical collect premium while it wobbles around a little bit. If it moves like say 15 ticks by the end of it, we collect $20 on the trade. I'm going to get a minimum profit of $35, meaning adding the two max profits of both sides together. Those maxes should be no less than 35. Some things coming up tomorrow. We got the European Court of Justice coming out. Looks like I said, updated time for you, 3:30 a.m. We'll have to get that updated. And so we'll send that over to get that done. Again, so 3:30 a.m. is when that time is supposed to come out. Also, we'll have the 10-year bond auction, Germany 10-year bond auction coming out. Earnings release coming out tomorrow morning. Like I said, I talked about this a little bit earlier. JP Morgan. Wrap up a few more of the news events for the week, so you're ready for those when we get back. Stay right there.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy. A set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
Markets are getting hammered. They're getting slammed right now. So we've been calling the negative volume. And now we're down 86 points on the Dow, 17 on NASDAQ, 9 on the Russell, and 14 on the S&P. So it keeps coming on down. And flying down. Got some good calls over there in the den as well, so great job. Pulling up, wrapping up, just getting this news time report out for you real quick and seeing where it's all going. Okay, so we got tonight's report done. We talked about the European. We talked about the bonds. Boom, boom. Oil inventory is tomorrow. Do not forget, oil inventory is tomorrow at 10:30. Going over here. Be careful on the spike structures on oil. They've been pretty tough lately. You may want to back off on those right now. That's the way oil's trading. I might take that off the plan for the moment. And then Aussie employment change tomorrow night. Aussie employment change coming on out, and unemployment rate news is coming out at 7:30. So tomorrow evening, look for an iron condor, look for a $30 minimum profit on that. And then to make sure you're taken care of on Thursday morning before the show comes back around, we got the various SUL reports, PPI, core PPI, and the Empire State Manufacturing Index will be released at 8:30 on Thursday morning. Looking for an iron condor on the euro dollar of $25. We'll have unemployment claims come out at 8:30 as well. Be aware of that. Usually not a massive market mover unless they're significantly off of expectations. Going on into the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, that'll be released at 10 a.m. So we'll be looking for a 9 a.m. entry on an 11 a.m. expiration for a $25 minimum profit on the euro dollar. to trade basically neutral expected movement on the euro dollar during the U.S. Philly Fed Index. We'll have natural gas inventories coming on out, and then that evening on Thursday, Intel will be releasing its earnings at 4:15. No real way to trade those on Nadex unless you're using weeklies. Not really going to help you a lot. It's going to move too slow. I mean, I guess they're not horrible because they're next Friday. It's the following Friday, but you're going to have a full 20-something hours in there of premium. So probably not going to be the best way to try to pull that off. But just be aware it's happening if you're carrying positions over. You're trading the futures, or obviously if you're trading Intel. And of course, any associated companies that can spill over its impact on. Then tomorrow night we'll have Thursday night we'll have Frank retail sales at 3:15. We'll be looking for a 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Iron Condor on that contract. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. we'll have Euro final CPI for a $35 Iron Condor on that. Again, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. on the Euro dollar. And Friday we'll be wrapping up with a 8:30 Euro CPI on the US CPI and core CPI using the Euro dollar for a $30 minimum profit, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Not too much more. I guess there's one other potential trade there on Friday, and that's the U.S. capacity utilization rate and industrial production news. Again, usually pretty flat, and it's on Friday, entering at 9 o'clock for an 11 a.m. expiration. Release comes out at 9:15. Okay? So that really wraps up your weekly news report. Like I said, we've been getting some killer moves over here on the indices. I hope you've been able to take advantage of some of those. And they've just been flying for us. And let's see here. I mean, just straight down. Let me pull up a chart. We'll wrap up with this right here before the show rolls on off. But so right here we got the S&P, and I mean, just we were slightly positive, and on a couple of the indices, slightly negative on a couple of the indices, and then we just got this nice big downdraft. I mean, massive downdraft here on the day here, just a matter of an hour or so, and flying down. We go over here, look over here at the NASDAQ, and you see how it was positive, lost all those gains. Russell positive, lost everything. And Dow, same story. So anyways, lots of volatility. That's what we want. Bring on the volatility. The more of it, the better. All right, stay tuned. We have another great show coming up for you right after this.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.